I just give them a pound, like that. And somebody's like, why do you do that? Germs? You don't want to touch people's hands? I'm like, you ever have a midget shake your hand and their hand's bigger than yours? Some weird shit. See, y'all gotta visualize it. So this midget walked up on stage and went to go shake my hand and made me feel like a bitch. Like literally was like, oh, I was like, oh shit, yeah, we're gonna just stick to this. That's it. So that's why everybody gets a pound. Okay, you guys are slow, fuck y'all. Listen, you guys are gonna enjoy this next comic coming up. He's been seen all over the tri-state area. He's done a lot of work all over. I think we're Facebook friends too, but I don't respond to nothing he says and he don't respond to nothing I say. That's true, friend. That's true Facebook friendship though. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Bobby B, everybody.
How you doing, everyone? Hand for Mr. Direct over here, taking care of everything. It's true. We're on Facebook, and we are Facebook friends, and it's the first time I'm meeting him, as a matter of fact. Very nice guy. Anyway, yeah, I go by Bobby B because I don't like to use my last name. As you can tell from my accent, I'm from New York City, and half Sicilian, half Italian, and you know, when people hear you're Sicilian and you're from New York, right away they think you're connected to the mob. You know, that's stereotype. You know, but I am. You know, I do know people, and the funny thing is, like, I can't tell you who, because if I do, then I gotta have everybody in here whacked, and then I got nobody to tell jokes to. You know what I'm saying? The other thing I tell some people is I fuck around with them. I go, you know what, like when people are noisy, they walk around and say, listen, just to get their attention, listen, I know people came here by car, so I have friends outside associates taking care of your starter button so that when you go home, you might have to take an Uber. You get it? Because, you know, if anybody's seen Casino, boom. Anyway. Okay, now, how many people here are married? Okay. Kids? Children? Okay. Well, I had an arc. Oh, by the way, this year I'm not taping myself for a show. This is my wife right here because it's like being on the house arrest. She has to know where I am all the time, you know. So she says, "Bring that," and when I go home, she looks at that to make sure I'm here at the time that time, and I'm not fucking around. I'm not kidding you. It's like being on the house arrest. But seriously, it's the truth. And we fight a lot. We argue a lot. We're married 25 years, you know, and. You know, the funny thing is, it's like she's always telling me, you know, why don't you go to your psychiatrist? You know, why don't you go get help? You know, it's always me. It's like, what about you? It takes two people to fucking argue. I mean, come on. But here's the funny part with the kids. We're married 25 years. I got one son, one daughter, right? When there's a problem with him, you see what your son did? Right? Why don't you talk to your son? Your son's a fuck up. I said, when did we get separated? When did I get the memo? I said, nobody told me nothing about that. You know, it's true. But then the first time they either graduate college or they get a great job, it's like, look at what we did. Look at our kid. Everything is us. Like everything is like they love, you know. We're back together again. I said, I love you too. But she said, don't really pick on me that much here or anything. So. Italian weddings. How many people have gone to Italian weddings? You like them? You do? I think they suck. No, because you've got 300, listen, I've been to a lot. You got 300 Italians in one room that hate the shit out of each other, and they only go to these things just to keep the peace. You ever see that? And, you know, here's the other thing a lot of people don't know about Italians. We were born ventriloquists. Because, like, we have the ability to actually look at somebody, motherfuck them to death, and they won't even know it. Like, they'll say, hi, Bobby, how you doing? I'll say, good, how's everything? How's your mother? What? Okay. Fuck you, too. And, you wave, and you're like, okay, good, suck my cock, you know, like one of those things. You know, how's your wife doing? I fucked her last week. You know, good, you know. And, but Italian weddings suck. It's like, you know, you got 8 people at one table that hate each other. You know, you got 2 people that are like they're like the bride and groom's friends. They're like from fucking Wyoming. They have no idea what they're about to go through. You know, and they're like, oh, we're having a great time. Great time. You're in a room with 300 Italians. By the time you leave here in 5 hours, you're gonna go home and talk to your fucking recliner for about an hour. I said, you have no idea what we're capable of. It's crazy, you know? And the funny thing about Italians is, and I'm the first one to admit it because I do it, like years ago when you went to a wedding and you used to give like $400 in an envelope, right? It was for $100 crisp and sealed envelope. We don't do that no more. We bring 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s in an open envelope. And what we do is during the night, if you start with 400, we start deducting. I start taking money out. Like in other words, if the valet's got you waiting, that's like 5. She's laughing. She knows what I'm talking about, right? If the cocktail hour sucks, that's a 10. If the food blows, that's another 20. She's laughing, right? And by the time they get the envelope to bride and groom, they can't buy a fucking Happy Meal. That's the funny fucked up part, right? But we're fuck ups and everything. I had this one time, these two families, and this is the truth. You all have to answer this question truthfully. When anybody has gone over an Italian family's house, don't the goodbyes last longer than the visit?
Yeah.
Right? Like you'll visit for an hour and a half. By the time you get from the kitchen to your car, it's another 3 hours, right? With the goodbyes, the kisses and everything. But here's the funny part. The funny part is like these two families, right? They haven't spoken in 20 years. Seriously, because they had a fallout. So they get together, somebody's sick, they feel guilty, and they're over somebody's house. And here's the funny part, like they're talking and everything, and look what we did, we haven't spoken, we're family, you know, the blood sticker, you know, this and that. We used to go on vacation together, you know, we used to do holidays. What happened to this since mom and pop died? It's never been the same. Look what we did to the kids, we haven't spoken in 20 years. They're kissing each other, they're hugging each other. Everybody's like, you know, they're crying, give me a number, we got a meeting, we got to start doing this again. We got to start, so for about 3 hours, they're so sincere and genuine. And they're back in love again, both families. But as soon as that door closes, right, here's what you get. The people inside, the husband will go like this, who the fuck invited them over? What are you, fucking crazy? He goes, they bring fucking, we haven't spoken to the disrespect, they bring us fucking Entenmann's cake. What the fuck is Entenmann's cake? It looks like crumb cake, it looks like cocaine on top of a fucking crumb cake. I said, who the fuck invited them? What are you, nuts? Throw that fucking number out the window. Throw that fucking number out the window. You got the people in the car, right? They're laughing going home and they're like, what's so funny? What are they, fucking gypsies? Did you see that house? What are you? The daughter looks like a hooker. She's got fake eyelashes sticking down from her eyes. She don't know whose cock she sucked last. She goes, the house looks like they tell fucking fortunes in it. They got red velvet curtains. What the fuck's going on in there? Wait a minute, how old is the kid, the young kid? He's 8? He's 400 pounds. What do they do, feed him fucking Volkswagens? You know what? Throw that fucking number out the window too. You know, it's like it's just the way we are. You know, it's like we're phonies. I'm the first one to admit it. We are, but we're fun-loving people. But you know what? I have to bring you in on this one. Let's forget about Italians for a while, because they say when you talk about them, the ears are ringing. So half my family right now, they go, shut the fuck up. Where is he now? He's talking about us. Anybody hate like certain commercials? Right? Is there commercials out there that you despise?
The BK commercial.
The BK commercial. But wait, I don't sleep as it is, and I'm up, the TV's on all night. 4 o'clock in the morning, this is what I start to hear. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARK. Cars for Kids? You want me to fucking donate a car? I want to put them under the fucking thing. I said, I'm trying to go to sleep, and your Cars for Kids. I mean, seriously, right? And the other thing is, like, that Mando and Lumi, that commercial, you ever see that? That, really, I mean, put a peace size on your balls, your crack, your bush, your feet, and this and that, and you don't have to bathe for 72 hours? A gynecologist came up, but how disgusting could you be? Imagine going down on hard for 72 hours and not taking a fucking, I know everybody's eating, but you know what, I gotta call a spade a spade. You know? And here's the other thing, last, I'll leave you with this. It's a commercial for HIV. Now, I have a lot of gay friends. I have nothing about Nothing against gay people. I love them. All right, it's an HIV drug, right? But you got a queen who's about 6'5" in this commercial, right? She's got an Adam's apple like a softball, hands like Michael Jordan, trying to pass herself off as a girl. It's a guy. And the guy's like this, he's like, well, and he's like with the honey, he's like, well, with Dovato, I'm just down to 3 pills a day, honey, only 3 pills a day. But you know what? I have like the solution, stop taking it in the ass. You know, it's like, you know, I mean, stop, what do you call it? A fart locker, shit shoe, brown eye, twins, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Do some more pitching, do less catching. Honestly, you don't have to worry about taking another fucking drug in the world. You know, there's nothing like going down on another guy. I have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But I know, just in case anybody's getting it, it's all right. You know, it's all good. We're talking about local people. I just buried the time for 20 minutes, so it's all right. When I go home, I'm gonna get whacked. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, that's all I got tonight, guys. Bobby B. Thank you very much.